What's good, everybody? It's Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, back at it with another reaction. So, I know y'all heard the news about Ack. Man, man. And yo, all these PDF muffins. Kendrick just announced as far as SZA joining, so we got the second Super Bowl trailer. And we got some fantastic hip hop how Drake basically confirmed his career is over. But if you're new to the channel, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video on the road to 10K. Let's go ahead and see what fantastic hip hop's got to
Now,
say.
we have officially entered what is going to be when we look back at it. One of the most pivotal times we ever see in rap music because with Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance almost being here, we are now on the
Yeah,
brink of
it's
witnessing
around the
so much that
corner.
is ultimately going to progress hip hop and bring it to places that we really don't even understand yet. But what we do know for sure is that at the center of everything surrounding Kendrick and the Super Bowl and what's about to happen is, of course, the question that everybody is asking right now, which is if Kendrick Lamar will be performing the song that Drake is
Not
now
like
trying to just
us.
erase altogether from everything and Not Like Us. And now, while all of Drake's recent moves in some way have been an effort to try and scare the NFL and everything that goes into the Super Bowl from playing a song that
You
he is
know,
trying to say has done so much to his career. As we are coming
it's so funny that like, it's not to say that Drake doesn't have some type of power. But to sit up there and think that you're going to punk the NFL or your label or something like that, it's just all like, you're you, but these people make way more than you, hold more power than you. So it's just, I think it's the audacity for me, but we're seeing that shit backfire with the lawsuits. We're seeing all that just go not the way Drake wanted it to. I don't even know. I'm just all like, who's advising him? Because they're on drugs.
closer to everything, it is becoming more clear than ever that Kendrick Lamar is going to be performing what many are calling the greatest diss track of all time at the single biggest event of
That's
the
good.
year. And now, before we go any further into why this is, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And so now with Kendrick Lamar. After Drake fans and those sad people over at OVO were trying to push the narrative already that because of what Drake is now saying about Not Like Us, that the record won't be played at the halftime show, and that the NFL altogether is now trying to avoid even spreading the word any further about Kendrick's performance becoming an almost even bigger event than the actual game at this point. This laughable line of lies that OVO has been trying to make to save Drake's image before we see something happen like never before has now failed, as of course, the second trailer for Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance came out, and once again, just with less than 30 seconds to excite people even more for what is really going to be one of the greatest nights we will all ever see in not just rap, but all of music at this point. That's how high the stakes are. Kendrick put so
Right.
much effort into this trailer when he was even doing something like announcing that SZA was going to be a special guest. Which now, before we go any further, with the fact that this beef started with Drake telling Kendrick that SZA has him wiped down and now she is coming out as a supporting act for Kendrick on a stage that
Exactly.
Drake has never been able to even get on is just so hilarious.
Exactly.
And once again is making Drake's disses age even worse than ever. But with this moment, which has just
Whoa,
made one of the
aging
best
like
visuals
milk.
in all of Kendrick Lamar's catalog, with such small details as the Gatorade being blue. That was the color when Kendrick's hometown won the Super Bowl in their hometown, and that was also, of course, the same Super Bowl where Kendrick was a part of Dr. Dre's ensemble, which just shows how even with small details in the trailer, he is already doing what he does best and is connecting and showing that this performance will seemingly be built on the standout moment he had there, and is also doubling down on the fact that the West Coast is doing nothing but winning in hip-hop, and now beyond parallels like these, in this trailer, and this is what's so funny about Kendrick, because despite people always trying to say he is so serious and boring, he really does have a
No,
great sense of humor when you just
Kendrick is
pick up on how
hilarious.
he's always trolling his competitors, and specifically in this trailer, as Kendrick talks about how the field that the Super Bowl is played on is even bigger than you would think. This is just a little way of once again poking fun at Drake and J. Cole for their biggest the Super Bowl lyrics, and I think it's also Kendrick doubling down on the fact that he is the bigger artist and better performer between him and Drake, as between the Super Bowl and his stadium tour.
Yeah.
No matter how you want to put it,
That, I don't know how people can deny that. When I think of a Drake or a J. Cole, you know, it almost makes me think of like a Jay-Z, because these people don't have to do much on the performance level. They could get out there, they could, do a little bit, different things like that. Someone like Kanye West, someone like Kendrick Lamar, they're performers. So you can see by literally the majority of performances that you see Kendrick do versus J. Cole and Drake. They're not doing the theatrics, the things that make a performance, and some can argue that, oh, well, they don't need to do that. And I don't think that Kendrick needs to do that either, but that goes to show how much Kendrick appreciates the art form and what it is that he's conveying. He could just willy-nilly maybe have some dancers, maybe, have the Hobies or whatever. But when you look at a lot of the things like him just, coming out on stage in chains, him doing even like what they showed the glimpses of the when he performed as far as during Dr. Dre's halftime show, like he is a all around, performer, artist, so he the fact that he's gotten to this point like that is dope. Is dope. No pun
Kendrick is
intended.
playing
Like
in way
that.
bigger venues than Drake ever has, as he has never moved past arenas even after all of these years. And now, even when it comes to the poster they released of Kendrick Lamar wearing all purple for this halftime show, this color
Oh
choice and
man.
style seems to be him nodding to none other than who many say has the
Prince.
greatest Super Bowl halftime performance of all time to this point, and of course none other than Prince. And once again, just like Kendrick playing with Drake and Cole's Super Bowl lyrics, which between that and Drake's MJ claims from the same record really started this entire beef in the first place, just having this nod to
It's
Prince
so
after, of course,
corny.
everything Kendrick said all the way back on Like That just seems like his way of bringing things full circle once again. But now, beyond the fun Kendrick is having by just celebrating his victory and all of the accomplishments he has earned after proving that he is the best rapper of this entire era, and it's not even close, what's also becoming clear about the Super Bowl is now that with Drake and everything he has tried to do and say about Not Like Us as a whole, there is really a bigger moment at hand here than just Kendrick Lamar going through some of his greatest hits, because seemingly with the
Yeah.
ridiculous claims Drake is making about the record and with the narratives he is trying to push across, beyond so many other laughable claims, Drake is trying to say that this record isn't just as big as we all think it is, but also that the song was designed and used by a larger group of people than just Kendrick to end his career purposefully within a way like we have never witnessed. And again, by waiting to make all of this noise geared towards Not Like Us weeks before Kendrick has such an important moment, looking at everything now, the timing of this really obviously seems like a way for Drake to try and get the plan for the Super Bowl to change last minute and do whatever he can to both ruin Kendrick's big night and protect his image from having Not Like Us be played to hundreds of millions of people. But now, what I don't think Drake
Before we get into that, this video is sponsored by me. Hey, if you want to dive into new music, I have a catalog. Catalog. Yeah. These are not singles, these are albums. But more recently this year, I did release an album called Tame Chaos. So you can listen, stream, download, purchase all of that in the link in the description. And just, check it out because I want to see if people are actually seeing this and going to the site. So, anyways, and let me know, do y'all think that Kendrick is gonna perform Not Like Us? I might put like a poll on the community tab, but what's interesting is that UMG, I think, did a response, and I think Drake's initial like suit for the defamation, I think was like 88 pages. That's the one that had the streamers and everything like that. That like a whole PowerPoint presentation. Uh UMG responded back, and I think theirs was like 186. So I really don't think this is gonna go the way Drake wants, and it's just making him look bad. Like it's just making him look bad because it's just all like it's L after L after L. And that's why I'm just like, who's advising him? Because they must be on something. Because this just somebody's gotta sit him down and be like, yo, no, son, but hey, I'll leave the full video so y'all can check it out and let me know y'all's thoughts in this. I think I'm gonna do a reaction as far as with the DJ academic stuff. And it's just wild that it's just all in the camp. It's crazy. It's crazy. But anyways, y'all, make sure to check out the description for my music books, comics, and more. All right, y'all. Peace.